Robert, resolution number 25, please.
I'll put forward resolution setting a public hearing upon final draft of the comprehensive plan. This will be set for December 20th, 2017 at 6:37 p.m.
I'll second it.
I do have a discussion. I think setting a public hearing the week before Christmas is not embracing people's ability to get there. I feel as a board we have not had a chance to talk about details that were brought up in the public hearings. I think it's incumbent on us to have a working meeting, could be in December, to talk about it. I'd prefer to wait until January when, you know, Christmas, doing extra meetings is not fun. I just think it's a bit hurried because it's just now reached our table and there are things to discuss.
Okay.
So what I propose, and you can disagree, of course, I propose we have a working meeting at our regular meeting in January, at a February 1st week meeting if necessary, if we need more working meeting discussion. And that would give us a chance to communicate responses to the submitted issues and letters and have a public hearing in February, regular meeting.
Anybody else have comments about this?
I do.
Good.
My opinion is that this has gone on far too long. The Village of Lansing has done it record time, a couple of years of that. This has been going on for 7, and it's been hashed out over and over and over again. And you know, I think the plan that's come out of the planning board, they've had it for close to a year. And it's a compromise, it's a balance of what the original draft was and the draft is now. And based on what I heard at the planning board meeting Monday, I thought that they addressed not all, but most of the comments and what was brought up from the public, and they did it in a very respectful manner, and they did it to keep a balance. And then I don't believe the first draft of the comprehensive plan was a balance, and they went through it, and I think they've done a fine job doing it.
Any other comments?
I sort of agree with Katrina that doing it in December, when people go a little bit crazy from now to Thanksgiving to Christmas, people's schedules are really bizarre. That I'd rather see us do it in the new year.
Robert? You want to comment if you want to, maybe.
And I would probably echo Doug's comments. That, you know, we as a board have known this has been coming. So
It's not a matter of not knowing it. We haven't discussed it as a board in public, and I feel that that's our job. And I think the planning board has done a good job. I'm not saying they haven't. I think that concrete changes that were made at the last minute in response to the public hearing were respectful. So I don't have a problem with that, but I do think that there are specific comments that we should talk about. And we should have time to go over what they presented to us. I don't think December pre-holiday is the time to do that. It's not fair to people who want to be there. It's not fair to us to give it our full attention.
Anyone else? Okay, a couple of thoughts. It is available, is it not, Mrs. Munson?
It is available, yes.
Okay. Governing is not a spectator sport. If you want to get involved, you have to make an effort. You heard the there's time and time again of other issues. I wasn't aware of this, I wasn't this, I wasn't that, and I understand that. But there's also, when I got to people afterwards and showed them what it was, oh, there it was, okay, right there, as it should be, what the agenda, whatever. We have a responsibility as elected officials to govern every day of the year. And if there's an emergency, we should be here. If there's something that needs to be done, we should do it. To postpone this after, what, now we're going to be the 7th year to do this? I mean, it's not like this is going to law. And I would ask the board members to look this over and email everyone so that we have and are prepared to discuss this in December. But we have to work on this too. I mean, we have to ask questions. I mean, when I was on the board before I was supervisor, I was in here a lot asking questions, looking at stuff. This is what we're elected for, to do these type of things. Simple example is the fact that when you look on this, is that those 2 triangles that people were concerned about have been adjusted. It's a great compromise, in my opinion, between Jack, who wants to do something with his own land, and being also respectful of the neighbors who don't want a big apartment building or a gas station there. And you're going to have a low impact. The other thing is they look at Cargill. People were concerned, well, that's going to be a distribution center. That has going to also been recommended to change, so the shaft can go there. You know, and Sean has said more than once, we're not going to put anything else there. The railroad tracks aren't there. It would cost us almost $100 million to do this. It's not feasible. So I think we try to address everybody's concerns to the best of our ability, but there's a compromise, and I hope we embrace this compromise again, because we've gotten through this silly season, I call this election cycle, where now we can get back to work, talking to each other.
That's what I'm asking for.
And working this out, but it also, we've had the information in front of you. You're going to have almost 5 weeks to discuss this amongst yourselves. The public is going to be aware of it. You're going to have, is this the 5th public hearing on this now? Is that my understanding?
Yeah, I believe it'll be at least the 4th. I believe let's see. This will be the 4th public hearing.
We had public hearings several years ago on it, 2 public meetings with it.
Yeah, and then plus there's other public meetings that help as well.
We're ready to start the meeting.
My personal opinion is that I would like to get this behind us and then start, because we still have the land use ordinance to go through, and then you still have the zoning changes, if there are any, there may not be, to go through. I mean, this marathon keeps going, and as I was told time and time again, it's a guide. In all fairness, we have the information available to people if they want to read it. We've had more than one public hearing where I think we have respectfully looked at their questions to see if they're feasible for us to incorporate through the planning board, through the own different subcommittees, through the other subcommittees as they went through each part of that committee. I mean, this has been going on for a long time. Personal opinion is we need to put this to bed and move on to the next phase. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to mention that it's my understanding that the comprehensive plan has taken approximately 7 years to come to the current form. And I also realize that there has been some contention among the community about a lack of dialogue on the comprehensive plan. Where that responsibility lies, I don't want to make a point of that. But I would think at this point, given all the time that's been put into it, an extra month, I would really want you folks to be well-read, really engaging in the community, and not have this occurring over the holidays when most working people are already at their wits' end. So I don't see why an extra month or so is such a problem when it's been 7 years to this point, and I would support pushing it back so that it can be a thorough process in the town board's hand. That's all.
Any other discussion? Mrs. Munson?
Andrew Benson,
No.
Katrina Binkowitz,
No.
Robert Freed,
Yes.
Doug Date,
Yes.
Ed Levine.
Yes. Okay, let's move on to the next item. approve the